Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be doing today a mini campaign of about 4 sessions entitled The Fury of Nature. This is the first episode, Their Special Day. Our group of adventurers have assembled at the Tree Fortress Kingdom Palace City of the Elven King Lorak for the wedding of his daughter, Princess Lunesta, with another hero who is not in the group. And they will all now introduce themselves and their characters. And if anybody has any channels or anything you'd like to shout out, you may do so. And we'll start with Javier Fernandez telling us about his character.
Well, I will be playing Therin Galanoodle. He's about the bodyguard of one of the noble families from lords that is coming attending to the party, and it's a pretty tall for now, very stern look, two big scimitars on his belt, and one bow with him. He doesn't really talk a lot, mostly only to like fend off or inspect anyone that is trying to do the ones he has under his protection. But he seems like a pretty reliable someone you don't want to mess.
Okay, and why would he be at this celebration?
Yeah, because I said he's the bodyguard of one of the elven lords that was to the celebration. Family, I noted it somewhere. Family, the lords have family. Nobility.
Okay. And then Robin, next, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, my character's name is Reno, and he's a bard. He has a bit of a shady past where he was attending a thieves guild, or rather an assassins guild. They were disguising as jesters and performed their kills in that disguise, and then they were usually arranging so that they were hired into courts or parties or wherever where they needed to perform the kill. For unknown reasons, he have left this jester band called the Death Jesters, and is now traveling around on his own as a jester. And I believe he was called for this wedding as entertainment, as he is quite good with his illusions and, yeah, bardic performances.
Okay. And Joey Zawicki.
I will be playing Ander Stormwind, a human fighter, battle master. I am the son of Thoradin, who is chief of the Stormwind clan. Our clan is on the northern border of King Lorak's territory, and we bring gifts to pay tribute to the king for his daughter. To his daughter, we bring silver salmon, blueberries, and silver, and we are known for our blueberries and our salmon. And I'm just there hanging out, eating and drinking, and just enjoying a good time.
And your gifts are greatly appreciated by King Lorak and his clan, especially the blueberries. And we'll have Russell Shore playing Jack, the halfling rogue. You're up next.
So I'm playing the Jack, who's a halfling rogue. He is he's very good at what he does. He is constantly thinking of stealing. So if you see something valuable, he's immediately thinking how he wants to steal it. He is exceptionally good at getting into and out of very tight spaces. And for this reason, he has concluded some business for King Lorak, and he now finds himself at the wedding.
And Lorak and the Elven people greatly appreciate your business, even though none of them but Lorak knows what you have done for them in the past. And next we have Survey. Would you like to describe your character and his wonderful little companion that follows him around faithfully?
Yes, of course. I am Vameron Dallandale. I am a guard of the kingdom of our great King Lorak, stationed at the western edge of the forest, and I am attending this wedding as a guard, making sure that no thieves take the jewelry of the bride or any attendee. And together with me, my faithful giant badger, Nim.
Oh, and just FYI, you will be especially guarding this giant green jewel that is the King's Jewel and a symbol of the power and prosperity of the Elven nation. It is this big, it's huge, and it will be hanging between as a necklace at the Lunesta for the wedding. Something you need to keep a close eye on.
Will be my pleasure. Everything for the king.
And then we have Todor Terviers.
Okay, tonight I'll be playing, not just tonight, I hope that I don't die, Benjamin Silverthorn, who is a druid from the coastal region of Baibi, I think it was called. It's a region between the Elven Kingdom and the human kingdom of Westmark, recently saved by a band of great adventurers. So he found this coastal area there and settled. He's a crazy herbalist. In fact, his class is a coastal druid, and he got fascinated by all the indigenous herbs that grow in this area, because it's a former bog and it's now beautiful beaches, and this particularly special type of climate just creates all kind of new plants that he needs to research and try and see what kind of medicinal or other properties they have. He's at the Kingdom of the Elves right now as a representative of the coastal druids of this nation. He's probably the only one there, that's why he was chosen, and he is just visiting the local elven druids in their annual symposium on various herbs and how we can use them.
Okay. And that will be our cast of heroes that will find themselves gathered for the great wedding. Now, the wedding will take place around sunset on Midsummer's Eve, which is a major holiday for the elves. I gotta clear up.
I suppose for druids as well.
Yeah, it's definitely big for druids.
It will be definitely dancing,
the rangers,
naked, stuff like this.
All sorts of nature lovers would, in other parts of the lands, will dance naked around fires and such like that to celebrate Midsummer's Eve, along with the solstices and the equinoxes of the time. But the elves are not so much in those regards. They're more tree worshippers. They love trees and their houses. As you come to the great elven city, their houses and everything, just walking through on the ground, you wouldn't even notice that you're in an elven city. But if you were to look up in the tree boughs, you will see bridges, real rope bridges, swimming from tree to tree, and that is their paths and their walkways. Their houses are located up into the trees, way high into these silverthorn trees that they have with their, and the whole city is above there. From time to time, periodically, you will find both wooden elevators that have been built to raise people up, along with various staircases that are so well cut into the trees that unless you were to know what to look for, you would just walk by and not even notice that there's a staircase into the tree. The whole land is quite tame and a beautiful English-style garden where everything has been arranged and delicately put to best serve the elven people. Along the floor of the trees, you will see little herb gardens of various and sundry things, that lettuces, radishes, cabbages, and such like that they like to eat. That'll be nestled in between the walkways that they don't use on the ground so much. They're primarily up in the trees. Many of the trees also are fruit bearing. and those are also used. You'll see deer and other such beasts of the forest wandering around aimlessly underneath the city. The elves aren't much on meat eaters at all. These beasts and such roam freely without fear of being poached or hunted by the elves. But they will take fish from the streams and such like that. So your salmon that you have brought, Anders, is greatly appreciated. Now, as the sun is beginning to set on this glorious day, the wedding will take place, and everybody will be gathered into there. But before the wedding takes place, Varen and Javier, what was your character's name again? I cannot read what I wrote down.
Thering. I put the name in the chat. It was in the Facebook page too.
I believe you. But you will be located as guards called to a special meeting. You for the Elven Lord that you serve, and Varen as a guard for the king. And there while you will be kept outside, you will hear much shouting and such coming from the inside. You can make out from time to time them screaming at each other. This is unsustainable. The growth that we have had is impossible. And you will hear, no, but the magic of the jewel, it allows us to keep on. There's great turmoil up on the upper levels, and it is all associated with the king's emerald that is to be worn by Princess Lunesta for her wedding today. Apparently it has something to do with the prosperity that the Elven nation has had under these years. And as they leave their meeting, they will then go down for the great ceremony. The trees, the walkway between the trees has been gathered into a great courtyard, almost the size of a football field, that has been laid out in planks and hewn rope that is very solid for you to walk on. And at the beginning there will be a great procession. There will even be performers, such as the great Reno performing. What would you do, Reno? What kind of performance would you put on for the Elven nobles and such?
Yeah, for the most time, I will go and try to entertain the crowd. Like he will dance a little around, and then he will kneel down beside a boy, and he will take a piece of coin, hold it over his hand, drop it, and when the boy tries to catch it, it turns into a snake. And then the boy gets like very afraid, and then before the coin or the snake actually hits the ground, Reno will catch it again, and it's a piece of like sweets, which he gives to the boy, and it's actually sweets, so he can eat them. Stuff like that, just to entertain them and like keep the good spirits up. When he's like in front of the royals, he will do impressive stunts like you know, those circus kind of stunts with the backflips and stuff like that. And he will also use illusions like disappearing into smoke and stuff like that.
Oh, excellent, excellent. You will greatly entertain the crowds with that. Anybody else would like to do anything during this beginning pre-wedding nuptials? There will be food, drink about, plenty of mingling to do. The two who are guarding will be guarding, but you can still take part in the festivity.
The Jack will be looking for potential pickpocket targets.
They're around. One, say, Elven noble in particular, who seems to have had maybe a bit too much wine. He's not really paying much attention to what's going on. Okay.
The Jack will go and attempt to pick his pocket.
Alright, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, that's 14 plus 7.
Yeah, with his disadvantage on being drunk perception roll, he had no idea you had picked his pockets. Say you get a nice copper sack, nice sack full of copper pieces and silver pieces. Maybe 50 gold worth. Whole bunch of coins in there. The
Okay.
elves aren't known for great riches to be carried around with them, but still, anything is to be had.
Phenomenal.
The one thing I do not suggest you take a swipe at would be the ginormous emerald on the bride, but she's not in the main crowd, but there's a little booth over to the side into a tree carved out where it is known that this is the ladies in waiting and such are there, and that is where she is getting ready. And you can see the gem hooked on a post above the entrance to there with guards. Survey, that is where you and Nim will be.
So, quick question: Elven druids are not dancing naked in the forest, or are they attending the wedding?
They would be attending the wedding, and that is where you have come in also. You were at a symposium earlier that day with them, discussing the herbs and such, but they have made their way up here because of the festivities.
Well, then I'll be just standing in their group. Really disappointed there will be no naked dancing, and I don't want to be the one who's dancing alone in the forest. So, yeah, I'll be sipping this very weak elven wine of theirs, full of berries and other herbs and stuff. I'll be adding some of my own herbs and heating it up with my magic. So, yeah, I'll just look around the room. I'll be looking for any like more joyous and drinking people that maybe after the wedding we can go and dance naked in the forest with.
Well, we look forward to doing such with you, Ben. But we are much more civilized here in the Elven lands. We used to be wild and untamed and do such like that. But ever since Lorak has become king, we have become much more civilized. We have ordered and arranged everything in our kingdom to have a distinct advantage for our Elven life.
Well, thank God you have various guests to that wedding.
Ah, yes. The advances of civilization have been great recently. We are not subjected to the vagaries of rampaging fires and such like that. So disordered they are. So random and chaotic.
He just nods and just saying to himself, those boring elves, why am I here? Next symposium is on a beach somewhere.
Anders, you along with the congregation from the Stormwind tribe will also be denoting on the orderliness and law arrangements of everything here. Everything is timed procession perfectly. It is not at all like what you are used to with your wild runnings of the nature and such like that in your barbarian tribe. One of the others will comment to you and be like, Anders, this no good. I'm not a fan of how orderly and procession these things are. There's no passion here. They're cold, unfeeling. What do you think?
Well, Ander would just be, you would see him, he'd just be eating and drinking the elf wine, and he'd be like, yes, perhaps, but they have some good food and very good wine, so I'm going to hang out. You guys can take off if you want.
Okay, now while I agree that this wine is good, it is also very weak. It is almost grape juice. And you'd think that they'd put a little spike into it for the festivities here. It is so lame.
He just continues eating and continues drinking, and he says, well, I don't know what to tell you, but I'll be there when I'm done.
Joey, does it look
Anders.
at least a little disappointed from the weak wine?
Huh?
Well, he likes the weaker wine while he's eating, and then when he's done eating, he wants the stronger stuff.
Okay, so in this case, I just taken notice of the human congregation there and the willingness to leave, but still I'm not, willing to go and meet his character, which I'll learn the name for soon.
His name is Anders.
Yeah.
Varen, I was just thinking, could you give me a perception check?
15.
You don't really notice anything, especially a small little child walking around picking people's pockets. You don't really see that at all, although you are keeping a good, watchful eye on that big jewel.
That's my job. The other guards can
Sorry.
look for the crowd. I'm looking for the gem. Emerald, I mean.
And no one is anywhere near the gem. Baron, you're
Good.
keeping a good eye on it. As the evening wears on, there'll be great horns blown, the silver trumpets, by the post where the silver gem is, and Baron. And as such, the lady, Lunesta, who I had a wonderful picture for her and don't have it anymore, will come out as the horns are blowing, and the whole room, the attention is, all eyes are on her. As she comes out and she reaches up and she lifts the gem off the post above the doorway where she is, up in a fashion like that, and then pulls and puts it around her neck and then wears it. At that point in time, falling out behind the room will be a giant deer with the antlers quite huge. And it has to bend its head down and kind of do it sideways to get its antlers out of this room and to get out. It is almost crawling because of how big it is as compared to the entrance of the thing. And then two other elves will lift her up and over the antlers, kind of like a gymnast do with the cheerleaders and such like that, how they woo, plop, and plop her on to the big deer, and she will stride up to the front of all this where there's a huge altar and procession put up. And there you will see King Lorak, along with, we're assuming, the groom, a couple elven priests and such like that. And there the ceremony will take place. You can see everybody scrambling to get a good view as the crowd joins in and starts thronging in that direction. Anders, no, I'm sorry, not Anders. Baron, you have been known to process along behind there, but to keep a good eye on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? What would you like to do to see if you can get a good view? For example,
She pretty?
yeah, she's pretty. She's an elf princess,
Or an elf.
you know, pointy ears and high cheekbones are your thing.
Well, sometimes in those, royal weddings, it's an ugly bride, but some kingdoms need to make peace. I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Maybe
No,
the
I won't be
grooms are ugly.
particularly interested in that. I'll be particularly interested in the other human, and I want to, read his body language, see how he feels about this whole procession thingy.
What do you think so far, Anders?
You would see Ander as she came in. He would stop eating and put his drink down, and he would stand up, and he'd be all just, he's 6'5", 280. He'd have his chest all out, and you see the sash that's on me. That's my clan's colors. It's light blue with gold waves kind of on it, which are like wind. And he would be kind of showing that off, and he would be checking her out. He's single, he's 20, he's young.
Well, while she is quite an attractive lady,
You're muted, Michael.
yeah, as known as that. Now, while she is quite attractive and she appears useful, you know in your head that she is much, much older than you. She's probably about 100, which is the general time for elf maids to get married. Jack, this is a prime opportunity as people are all searching around. Like to take another swipe at something?
Yeah, he's definitely on the prowl, and he's just even more excited because he managed to pick the pocket of that drunk guy. So he's kind of looking around, seeing if there's any easy targets. Kind of a thief of opportunity.
Okay. There's one particularly large human who is quite interested in staring at the princess as she's making her procession.
Yeah. What's? I mean, does he have some riches on him? I mean, something that the Jack kind of sees and is attracted to.
What do you say, Anders? You got a coin purse?
Yes, a small one.
This
9 gold.
is just a get-together thing, not I'm trying to. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Jack
Wooden
will
shield.
the Jack will go and go for the pick and try and pick his pocket.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check, and go ahead, Anders.
Well, I get a 1, but I've got halfling luck, so I can re-roll.
Okay. Anders, give me a notice check along with Baron.
And I was looking at Ander as
Go
well.
for it.
So
Yeah.
woohoo! Mine is 22.
What do you want?
You will notice this.
23.
Give me.
Fuck.
Oh, maybe you didn't notice. Crappy doodles. Anders, perception check to see if you notice a guy picking your pocket. Also want Baron too,
I got a
because he'll be
21.
happen to be.
Okay.
Man, you all roll
24.
really well in noticing. There you go. Baron, as you are following the procession through here, you will notice a little halfling swiping a coin purse of one of the humans.
Okay. I would not leave my post because I have to stay near the emerald and the princess, but I would motion to another guard to look at this matter and, if need be, get the halfling out of this party.
Javier, you see one of the king's guards motioning over to you, to pointing at the halfling. What would you like to do?
I know.
I'm just trying to get everybody together. I don't mean to
um,
get you in trouble, Jack.
Man, that's the first time a 23
nod to
failed,
him.
man.
Aye. Well, it didn't fail. You swiped the coin purse. You just got noticed by one of the
You got
people
the
I had.
evidence on you.
What, Javier?
No, so basically, I know to the elf captain, and I make a good look to the family and warden, saying they are okay, and I go to talk with that halfling.
Mm-hmm. Reno, you happen to notice a bit of commotion going on around here as everybody is finally not looking at you, but is looking at the princess being led on her giant deer up to the marriage ceremony.
Yeah,
and then there's also another commotion as another elven guard is trying to reach for a halfling.
as the princess approached, I was stopping doing my tricks, and I took up my lute, started playing what is in
Dun,
game
dun,
terms
dun.
being the Song of Rest. Just what you hear in the middle-aged movies, like the really light guitar sound, clinging sound. He's just playing that finger play while she rides around as a soothing music. And when he noticed this little halfling trying to steal the purse and that people are paying attention, he will make his way there really quick, but without being noticed. He tries to, at least. And he will, by when
Now,
I'm
just
not.
FYI, you didn't necessarily notice the halfling taking the purse as much because you were busy performing. I'm just allowing you to notice that the guard is accosting the halfling.
Yeah, yeah.
Is bringing
I'm
you into the
just.
group. Okay.
I'm just noticing that the halfling gets the attention of somebody, but I assume with my previous career I will have a special eye for people in that kind of trade.
Expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he definitely does look like something.
while I'm getting closer to the little halfling, I will try to use, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I think it's pronounced ventriloquism.
Yeah.
When
Yes.
you're like speaking a word and make it appear from somewhere else. And I'm just trying to use ventriloquism to say, "Are you a servant of Mask, the Lord of Shadows?"
Speaking to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to like make the words appear near you without actually speaking to you. If
Oh.
Michael wants me to, I can do a perform check to see if I am any good at doing what I barely can pronounce.
Is that a cantrip these days, or is it just you're trying a strictly performance skill?
A performance skill.
Go ahead and give me a check. It could be cool, could be nothing. Who knows?
I'm just
That can be
There you
fun
go.
sometimes.
18 plus a lot, I guess, since I'm. Give me a second. So
you're
fun
a-
with this.
You're a regular Jeff Dunham then.
It's actually plus 6, so at 24.
All right, that's a pretty good roll. I'll let you, in a manner, choose. You can have a flower pot nearby. Say this to the thief. You could have the coin purse in his hand. Ask him this.
No, it's not as much as I want something else to say it. I want him to hear the words without specifically seeing that it's me. As if he's not, it could be taken up in a bad way.
The Jack. You hear something ask you if you're a servant of the shadows. As a elven guard is reaching out for you, which let him tell you what he does. But you do hear that.
Does that mean anything to me? The shadows?
It's a deity, like for thieves and.
Yeah, you would know that without a doubt. You're familiar without a religion check on the major gods of the universe.
I'll kind of look around and try and find out the source of this. That would be a deity that the Jack would be involved with.
When I see
Inherently
that you,
familiar with you.
when I
Yeah.
see that you're looking around, I'm blinking to you, and at the same time I snap my fingers, and there's a huge explosion up in the air as I create fireworks with my not the illusion, but the other one. There you can create sounds as well.
Prestidigitation.
Thank you. To try to get the attention of the guards.
All right, Javier, as you're coming to this halfling who stole a coin purse, explosion above your head. What do? Not a giant explosion, firework.
I start going there, but faster. I like start rushing there. Well, what I can between the people and such.
Okay, let's assume you're there at the halfling now. Would you like to accost him, or would you like to lose him as you're watching the fireworks?
What? Can you repeat that, please? I didn't
Let's
understand
assume
well.
that you have. Let's assume that you have made it to the halfling rogue, the Jack, who had just you had been motioned to accost him, and you're there, and you can either try to reach out and communicate with him, stop him, say, "Hey, what's your business here?" or whatever, or you can stop and check out the fireworks that the wonderful jester has created using prestidigitation above your head.
No, I just want to. I'm gonna grab the half from one of his arms and say here, hey, hey, good sir, cool talk with you.
Are
Did
you?
you get that?
No, you were breaking up. Were you saying that to Reno?
Yeah,
You were saying
Well,
that it.
to the Jack.
Okay.
I was
So
saying
what
I
did you
grabbed
what
him
did you
from
say
the
to the
arm and
Jack,
say,
Javier?
I grabbed him from the arm and with a pretty inquisitive look, I say him, can we have a talk, you and me, good man?
Uh,
And I try like to pull him from the other people there, pull him away.
is that grab counted as an attack, Marco?
It would kind of be a grapple. I'm assuming you're going to want to resist this, correct?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of using uncanny dodge, if that's
That's the reduced damage, right?
But can it
yeah.
dodge for damage?
Okay.
Yeah.
No
So
worries.
go ahead and give me a strength athletics check grapple as opposed to your either acrobatics, dexterity, or strength athletics. Your choice, Jack. You get your choice of which you'd like to defend with. And what'd you
Definitely
get, Javier?
athletics.
17 for athletics.
Okay. And Jack?
Yeah. I'll get 14. 7 plus 7.
He has grabbed you. You are
Eesh.
grappled. He has laid his hand upon you.
Get your hands
I don't
off
know what you're
me.
talking about. Anders, you will definitely notice that over by your side, suddenly a guard has accosted this halfling who had rushed up to you just a minute ago. And everybody's in full notice now that he has reached out and grabbed him in the middle of this procession. Everybody is fully aware of what is going on now.
Does he have my coin purse?
Since you're actively searching and looking now and he's being grabbed, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
We lost them.
16.
Javier drops out quite often. Alright, I'll say 16 is fairly decent. Yeah, you could. You're definitely going to see that your coin purse is missing.
Alright, so as I notice that, I'm going to turn down and look, and I'm going to grab it, I guess. I'm going to take it back from him. You look like your picture, right, Jack?
I'll go, man, this thing I found on the floor. Is it yours?
Yes, it is. So I'll grab it, and then as he says that, you're a halfling, right? Little
Yeah.
guy. So I'm going to pat him on his head, and I'm going to take it and say, you better watch yourself, little guy. 'Cause next time I'm going to have to. And then I look to he's already grappled, so I'll let him. Because I'm showing respect to Lunesta, so I'm not going to do nothing.
I kind
Fair
of
enough.
give a bow and go, point taken, fine, sir.
And Javier, would you like to do anything else with this? Javier, the halfling has handed back the coin purse, telling Anders that he found it on the floor. Are you going to let him go, or would you like to, I don't know, book him, so to speak?
Maybe I'm mute.
Or maybe
Well, Javier,
Maybe we lost him again.
So I'm going to approach,
No.
try to intervene. I will be bringing now 2 glasses of fine elven wine. I would have spiked it with my herbs, just to make
not
it
the good cider
calm
from
down
the
people. Sorry, what was that, Michael?
Not the good. You want to spike it with the herbs and not the good cider that they make in Bybee?
No.
We have two Javier's now.
That's not for other people. That's for me. Until anyone gains my trust. So I just want to. I've put on a little bit of the silverthorn herb, which is known that in small quantities it calms down people, just makes them really chill. And I bring those 2 cups, and I come over, and I was like, hey, nice people, let's just not dishonor this wonderful occasion, joyous occasion, with some unnecessarily ruckus. I'm just an innocent bystander. I saw what happened from afar, and this halfling just stumbled into this grown, sturdy fella here. Who knows? Maybe he found it on the floor. Maybe it just fell in his pocket. We would never know. But how about we just take a glass of wine and just relax and watch this beautiful wedding?
Varen, at this point in time, since there's seem to be several people now concentrated on something other than the princess, your captain will tap you on the shoulder and point you over there.
Yes.
Be like, "Hey, check that out."
Yes, sir.
Just
And
to
I
get
head
you
over
over
there.
in that area. All right. And you get over there, and everybody's being calmed down, and just, okay, nothing to see here. Everybody's move along, nothing to see here. Suddenly, there is something to see. Up where the princess is now. She's been led off of her deer, and has come up there. And her dad King Lorak, has given the bride away, so to speak, and is now backing away, walking back into the crowd, and it is just the princess with the prince and several elven priests. I don't know. What do y'all consider a good elven wedding thing to be? I had a good picture.
Druids. I think druids are doing the wedding and the ceremony.
Yeah, elven
Oh, yeah,
druids.
that'd definitely be druids.
Yep.
It is very orderly. Have y'all ever been to, say, an Episcopalian wedding?
Oh, but I've been to an elvish one. No, I haven't.
What this wedding really needs is like a bureaucratic diplomatic dwarf that goes around complaining about tree huggers everywhere.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, there's tree huggers. Bollocks.
But everything is very ordered, very timed. Tradition and everything is extremely important to them. The movements are orchestrated, and it is more of a show than an actual ceremony. The cold steeliness of the whole event is apparent to everyone. When, as the king retreats back to the group, you will then hear a great thunderous roar from the night sky above, and the moon is darkened. And as this happens, you'll then see a big green mist come from that area around where everyone at the front of it is. All the priests start choking and gagging and falling to the ground, along with the bride and the groom and such. And this giant green beast, a dragon of immense size and proportion, comes and grabs the princess wearing the green dragon, the green emerald, and flies up into the air. Several of the guards are falling as it does so, as this green mist seems to choke and poison their very being. And as he's flying away, you can hear screams and cries from all around the place, as suddenly you see smaller yet quite large dragons fly down into the crowd and start breathing and killing people right and left. And they're all carrying a few dragonborn, which you all have seen before. You're familiar with them, but they are an odd green scaled kind. And they are leaping from the backs as they are assaulting all the gatherings with big morning stars and shields. And everybody roll initiative as one of them lands right between you all, as you all are gathered around this halfling who is apparently stolen a purse. And yeah, so can we get an initiative as 3 of the Dragonborn hop off this dragon?
19.
Hey, that'll be a 19 for Varen. And Javier, what did you get?
10.
I'll skip Javier at the moment and go Anders. What did you get?
He said 10.
Oh, he did? Okay.
19
19,
I got
what's
it.
your dex modifier,
+1.
Anders?
+4.
Varen? Alright. So Anders will go after Varen. And
It's Favorite.
the Jack, what do you got?
11.
The Jack will go before Javier. And Reno.
Oh yeah, my dice stream is acting up, so I think I'll have to roll my dice. And I rolled a 16 plus 4, so 20.
20. Oh, Reno will most likely go first. I'm now looking at mine to see where they go. Okay. And Ben.
Ben is at 18.
Ben. At 18. Okay. So at the moment I have Reno, Anders, Javier. No.
I think I'm before Javier.
Reno,
Yeah, roll the
Varen,
lowest the 10.
Anders, the Dragonborn. Oh my god, I suck. I cannot read my own handwriting. Reno is up first.
And then the ranger with the weird name.
Varen.
No.
Veverin.
It's
Veverin.
Vaverine.
Beverin.
Vaverin second. The human is third.
Anders.
Yeah, I think it's Ander without the S. Then it's me, and further down I have no idea. I just watched who's above me.
Dragonborn.
Who you need to kill
Yeah.
first.
Yes.
To be the first in initiative.
Jack. Javier. And then the dragon. Okay, so Reno, you're up first. What would you like to do? 3 Dragonborn hop off the back of this large. It's large. Green dragon. It is large. It's not quite full grown. You can tell it's still juvenile. You have seen it's not nearly as large as the one that carried off the princess.
Do the Dragonborn seems hostile towards me?
Yes.
It's a fairly
Do they look like
Yeah.
they were gonna give everyone in their way a beating, or is it looking like they're just want to kill the king or something unimportant?
Somewhat
well, there are
unimportant,
several dragons that have come down, and Dragonborn have leapt off their backs, and they seem to be somewhat indiscriminately just beating
Butchering
people.
everyone. Mhm.
The closest one to me, how far away will he be?
Within 30 feet.
Okay. Then Reno will kneel down, and he will open his hand like palm up towards the ground, and a little green snake will go out of his sleeve, and it will make its way towards the closest Dragonborn, and the Dragonborn will need to make a DC 14, and I believe it is a Wisdom check for hold person.
Oh. Yeah, he made it.
Okay, yeah, then the snake tries to bite him, and it just disappears.
I like the description of the snake for the hold person. Anything else, Reno? Get closer, farther.
No, I'll just take a 5-foot step backwards and continue to play my lute, pretending that I didn't do anything.
Okay. Varen, you're up next.
Do my eyes spot the king?
No, he's in the crowd somewhere. There's many people between you and him, not to mention many other dragons and dragonborn. Now, while you are, always king first, protecting life is actually life. Life in general is more important
Well, I
to
hope
the
that the
elves
others then do their job in protecting the king, and I try to protect his honored guests. So I charge the first dragonborn who is near me
Okay.
and hit him with my short swords. Let's see. Will be a 19 to hit.
That will be a hit.
As my badger is together with me, I get a sneak attack. Would be 13 piercing damage on the
Okay.
first hit.
You stab him.
The second hit would be a
They're all wearing a chain and a shield, just FYI, so you get to stab him right in the shoulder pit, and he's bleeding quite profusely. He's bloodied from that one hit.
okay, and then my other hand, just my offhand, tries to get another hit at him with a 13 to hit.
That will be a miss.
Okay,
Knocks it away with his shield
That
and looks
be-
at you.
all my actions.
Okay. Anders, you're up.
So you said that one is in
Dragonborn is
between
landed
us.
right in the middle of you. Huh?
What about the princess? What's going on around her?
He got
She was
taken
being
by the big dragon.
the big giant dragon grabbed her in his claw. And
I mean,
flew away.
is she taken? She's been taken away.
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm gonna pull out my sword, and then I am going to attack the one that is closest to me,
Dragonborn or dragon?
the Dragonborn. He's been
Okay.
attacked already, right?
Would you like to team up on the one that was just hit by
Yeah.
Reno? I mean, by
The
Baron?
one that's already
Or would
been,
you like-
the one that has already taken damage.
Okay.
So the one with me.
16 on the first attack,
That is a miss, sir.
and that is a 15. So that is a miss too. So that will finish my turn, and I don't have my shield out yet because it was on my back. So,
I'll say you do if you want.
oh well, that would have changed my whole
Just
strategy,
follow
but
it. You
I'll
want-
pull it out just now, and then I'll get it next turn. That's it, my turn.
I'll say in that cinematic of seeing the dragon come down and grab the princess, you were like, holy crap, is going on? And so you equipped your shield and such like that, and then everybody landed.
What about armor
It
now
is
that
now.
my turn is approaching?
It is actually
Will
the
we allow
Dragonborn's
some-
turn.
Oh,
Yep, sorry. They're up next. Reno,
what's their initiative? Just
Go
to double
ahead.
check. 'Cause
14.
I was right behind them. I was on an 18. I was right behind Ander on 18.
Oh, you were 18? I
we're
thought you were
on
at 14. Okay,
Yeah,
sure. You're
everybody-
next then.
Pretty-
All right. So what about this armor? Were we allowed to be armored on this wedding? Of course, my armor is just
Yes.
scales from various creatures and stuff like that. All right. Cool.
Yes.
Then I can
They weren't checking weapons.
assist in the battle. I can do stuff. So around me there's one Dragonborn hurt, and what else?
There's a giant dragon, and, well, not giant. He's not full grown.
I'm not that
Quite large
foolish. I
dragon,
want to
but there's
attack
two
the
other
dragon. So one hurt Dragonborn and two not hurt Dragonborns. I want to gang up on the hurt one, of course, and I'm going to attack it. Suddenly, my walking stick, my quarterstaff, just spurs into action, starts glowing in very soothing green light. And my attack roll is 13.
That is a miss, sir.
Well, that's me. I take out my wooden shield and I stand there looking stupid.
Okay. So, Varian and Anders, go ahead and give me a con saving throw as the dragon looks at you both who attacked him first, and he'll angle it just so he can get you two with a cone of poisonous gas as he breathes. This green mist comes out and engulfs you.
My
9.
badger as well?
9
Baron
for
and
Ander.
Anders, both of you.
And the badger?
I'm gonna say you can only get 2 of you.
I'm there
Okay.
as well.
I
I
know.
want to get into that action. Okay.
All of you die.
20.
Alright. Well. Okay, Anders, you take 3 points of poison damage. And Anders, you take half of that, which would be round down to 1. Wow, what a
It's
crappy
round
ass
up,
dragonborn.
actually, isn't it?
I
So it
always round
became-
everything down.
Oh, okay.
What was
Always
that
round
for
everything
Ander?
down, everything round down. 3.
Okay.
Let's assume that the other one is going to swing around and swing his Morning Star at you, Ben.
Thank you. I wanted the poison damage, but
Oh, that's alright. My dice are getting kind of slow. And he is going to swing his Morning Star and just miss you right over your head. And then the giant badger, Nim, will also get swacked as the other one circles around to do that. And what's your giant badger's armor class?
AC is 16.
Oh man, he just barely misses your giant badger as the other 2 swing and miss horribly. And then after Ben, I got the Jack. I'm assuming you were dropped by Javier's character when all this stuff happened, so you are no longer grappled.
Okay. So what's the scene in front of me? There's 3 dragonborn.
And behind them is now a dragon. They are encircling, or doing their best to encircle, Anders, the human you stole the purse from. Reno, Anders, the person you stole the purse from. The druid who came over to the help. And
Okay.
Varen and his badger.
I'll
So all 4 of them in a line with the dragon
I'll
trying to
I'll
surround
shoot
them.
at the one that's going through to Anders. I'll shoot with a short bow, and
Okay.
I'm going to use a cunning action to hide afterwards.
There's plenty of people milling around and running in terror.
Okay. What did I get here? 1 again? Oh, 9. 16. 9 plus 7, 16.
That will miss. And as you do, go ahead and give me a stealth check. As you hide behind somebody, there's plenty of people running and milling around. You're a small creature. All you need is duck behind 2 or 3 people, and that will be covered for you to hide and just dart in and around people running, so you can hide from that.
Okay, so I get a 17.
That's pretty good. You definitely beat their passive perception on that stealth.
Okay.
Javier.
That's my turn.
Thirin is going to draw one of his scimitars and look at the creatures that are closing on us and say, "There's no place for you here, wrecked creatures," and then just charges into the one that's closest to him, trying to avoid them to surround the others. And slashes him twice with his scimitar. That misses because that's an 11. Yeah, that misses. And 13. I think that misses too.
Yes.
So he just swings in the air, not even not even touching their armor. Too
Okay.
overexcited.
Okay. And at that, it'll be the dragon's turn, and he will reach over and he will breathe at a group of people, and then take off. As you see, more of the elves just start falling to the
Thank God.
ground, choking on this noxious, poisonous vapor, and he will take off into the air again. Reno.
Yeah. Apologize for this question, but we are a few more players than I'm used to today. The Dragonborns, how are they like in relevance to me? Say if I have something affecting a 30-feet cone, how many of them would I be able to affect?
You could possibly get them all, but if you do so, you're going to get a few of your friends too. If we're talking area of effect damage.
That's the problem. It's not my friends yet, but there will be no damage at least.
That's your
We are
problem. We
fighting
are
on the
not your
same
friends yet.
side right
Who-
now, so you could
is-
consider us as temporary allies.
Who in
You can
specific would I
innocent
hit?
bystanders.
Who in specific would I hit in additional to the Dragonborns?
If you want to get all the Dragonborn, you would probably get all the ones in melee with them, and that would be Anders, the human, the druid, and Baron the guard, and Javier's guard character also.
And the badger.
The Jack is hiding away, and you are walking around away from this particular group. Now, if you want to say just get 2 of the Dragonborn, I'll let you ixnay 2 of those folk. Your choice.
All the Dragonborns.
But yeah, I'll just roll the dice to you, ixnay.
What Reno will do, he will put his hands in front of his face when he looks towards the Dragonborns, and then, of course, the other in this 30-foot cone. And when he opens up again, they will see this, and he will say, "Boo!" And they will have to cast Wisdom for the fair spell.
Oh man.
Alright.
The DC is 14.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh well, only one of my Dragonborn failed.
Fuck. I hoped for the other way around, like all the Dragonborns would run and the other could chase after him. With my luck, I guess all the party members are failing and the Dragonborns are succeeding, so it will be the Dragonborns chasing me while the others run in the opposite direction.
No, me and my badger are sturdy.
Good.
You and your badger are fine?
Yeah, natural 20
what about
for me,
you, Ben?
19 for my badger.
I'll be running
about you,
away.
Ben?
I'll be
Well,
like,
not necessarily. You're just
I
frightened.
know.
You can't come any closer
I
to.
will. I
suppose
know
Reno.
the spell. I'll choose myself to run away from this horrible creature on the stage.
It actually
Maybe
says
attack
that
it.
What about
while,
you,
I don't
Javier?
know.
Thireen failed too.
Okay. Varen?
Michael,
Yes.
the spell actually says, while frightened by this spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turn, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends
gets
its
to save
turn
at
in
the end of its
location
turn,
where it
right?
doesn't have a line. Yeah, only on its own turn, not in my turn.
Okay. Oh wow, see, and it's you, not that they must run
It's
away
from
from.
me.
Well,
I am the source of fear.
Okay. What about you, Varen? Oh, you made it, and so did your Anders.
10.
Anders is running away. Okay, so that's nice. Baron, you're up. You are not afraid.
Oh yeah, and one bad thing, Tail. Yeah, if you get frightened, you have to drop whatever you're holding. Sorry, guys.
I will find you.
And I
First,
will
first you will have to get away from me. Then you will have to find me again.
I have a pack of wolves that I haven't called on yet, but I might.
Baron, yeah, even
That's
though
so
everyone's
sweet of you.
booing, suddenly people around you are suddenly looking frightened. It is your turn. They are looking like they're going to flee, almost everybody. Except mainly the Dragonborn.
Whose turn?
Yours, Baron.
Oh, okay. Well, the one in front of me is still standing, so I do the following. I cast Hunter's Mark on him,
Okay.
and and I hit him. Natural 1, first attack.
You're so frightened of everything that you're like, oh my god! You jump back from that thing. Even though you made your save, you were startled enough to jump back and just flail in the general direction of where that fear is coming from. And your second attack?
19 to hit.
That would be a hit, sir.
And that would be 15 piercing damage.
Okay, and would you go ahead and give me a dexterity save?
Yes. 21.
As you, let me see here, that's 12? Alright. As you slay him, as your sword just goes right into his neck and slices him off, this shocking burst of energy just goes up from your sword into your very arm, just shocking you for half that 6 points of damage since you made your save.
Okay.
And he falls to the ground dead. Any other actions?
That's it so far.
Anders.
I'm running away, I guess.
Yeah, I'm assuming he can dash, right? That's it. Run away from.
Yeah, and he said that I drop
Dash, wisdom saving
I
throw.
drop everything I have, so that'd be my shield and my sword.
Well, shield's strapped on. You dropped your sword. Run away.
Alright.
Give me a save as you're running away.
16.
I believe that beats Reno's DC. As you're running away and dashing, you suddenly come back to your senses and is like, oh,
I'm
There's
not
nothing
sure
to fear
if
here.
I'm reading my spell off the D&D 5th edition wiki page because it's searchable and yeah, that's not my book. It says, while frightened by the spell, the creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turn, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw. So I don't think you're allowed to make that wisdom saving throw unless you get out of my sight.
Well, there's people running around all over the place. There's a large crowded thing, and these Dragonborn, so people are running away and running from the dragon and such like that. So as you're bolting away through this crowd, and your movement's 30 and you dash to 30 at 60 feet away, let's say you find, I won't say cover, but you will break line of sight.
Can I pull out my shield now?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will do so. I believe that will
You're
end my
60
turn.
feet away from Reno and everything else, but
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to use my action surge, and I'm going to dash back to my sword. And I'm going to
alright,
pick my
but
sword
action
up.
surge is just your normal movement at 30, and then your dash at 30 is 60 feet away. If you action surge, you're just going to get 30 feet closer, aka you're still 30 feet away from your sword.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah. Never mind then. I wasn't sure. I didn't know how that worked.
It's fair enough.
I run
Ben.
away. Do I find cover? Do I make a save?
I'll give you all round one, and then after that it'll be pretty much clear. This plaza will be clear after this round.
I failed again with one of my best saves. And yeah, So my walking sting turns into a regular quarterstaff, and I'm 60 feet away. That's me.
Baron, would you like to make an opportunity attack as one of the Dragonborn run away from you?
Actually, my badger does one. As I'm
Fair
still
enough.
getting that shock out of my hand. So let's see what he does. 24 to hit.
That will be a hit.
That will be 6 piercing damage with the bite, and as he has a multi-attack, it will be another one with the claws. That will be 17 to hit.
Well, no, I'm thinking you're only going to get one attack.
Even if
I
it's a
don't know.
multi-attack?
What do you... yeah, that's why I'm
Just
a
thought it. I'm
multi-attack
not
with
sure
an
about that.
opportunity attack. An
Yeah, when
opportunity
it's
attack is just
opportunity,
like
you only get one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
whichever his best damage is then.
no, it was 6 damage with a bite. He tried to bite him while he runs
Okay.
away.
And the one remaining will continue to swipe at you then. Actually, no. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw for you and Nim as he breathes on you,
Okay.
the one
I
who
got
made
a-
his save, who's still alive.
17. And my badger has 7.
Your badger will take 7 points of poison damage, whereas you will only take 3 points of poison damage, as the one who did not miss his save will breathe both on you two. And that was Dragonborn, so we're up to the Jack. Everybody's running and fleeing. Jack.
Okay, so
You're hitting
does
now.
the Jack need to make a save?
No, you are outside of the area effect.
Okay. So I'll take a shot at the one remaining Dragonborn.
Okay.
Yeah, 18, so that's 25.
That's a hit.
It's 1.
And he is in melee with others, so you would get your sneak attack.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So 10 damage, and then what do we got here? And then 10 damage. That's 20. 20 in total.
Would you like to describe how you drop him?
Yeah, the Jack behind from his hiding place just lets an arrow fly straight through the eyeball of the Dragonborn, through his brain, and just slightly piercing out in the back of his skull.
Javier. You're scared.
Well, Tyrion drops his scimitar and starts to rush away with a dash that's 70 feet of movement away. And then I guess I do make the save.
Yes.
So that's a 19.
That is a make.
So I made a save. He realizes, he says, "What the fuck am I doing?" And then he looks. I think he sees the Dragonborn that is running away. So he is gonna use action and draw and take a shoot at it. Well, 2 shots at it.
Action surge.
Just FYI, I don't think that's the intent of the spell because it's the end of your turn.
That's
Basically,
end of
that's
your
the
turn.
last thing you do, and because then it's supposed to get you at least for 1 turn to do nothing.
Okay. As he was doing,
It's the end of your turn.
then
Yep. It's the end of your turn. You
Yes.
cannot use your action
That's
surge
it.
after you end your turn. Otherwise, it's a useless
Okay.
spell.
Reno. suddenly landing right between you and the group where everybody's running away from. The dragon lands again, and he bites and claws at you. And waiting for my numbers to show. And he does manage to bite you, but his two claws, as you nimbly jump away, fail miserably. But the bite does do 15 points of piercing damage
To Reno?
to Reno. And, wow, 10 points of poison damage as the dragon lands right between you, obscuring your view from that and where you scared everybody away from. His tail will be right at your feet, flapping around. Just FYI, Varen, as it is your and Nim's... No, actually, it's Reno's turn.
When the dragon lands there and bites him, he looks very angry at the dragon and says, "Be careful with the fabric, man. This shirt is really expensive." And he bleeds a lot as he's almost dead. And then he will make his concentration check for fear.
Oh, it's concentration?
I rolled a 19 on my dice, which is enough to make
You
it,
made
I believe. So fear is still up. Let me see.
Lonely Ben has still failed his save.
Is this how is this? This is just a green dragon. It doesn't wear anything. They didn't like wear a saddle on him or something.
No, I'm going to say that they were just holding on to it. He's got scales and spikes and such like that, and they are dragonborn, so they're used to this sort of thing.
So bareback riders.
More clinging than riding.
I will.
Maybe he was even carrying some in his claws.
Yeah. Reno will grab up a deck of cards and he will flip it up, and he will say, "Let me predict your future, Mr. Dragon." And he will pull up a tarot card displaying death, and by that he's casting Vicious Mockery on the dragon. So he needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Let me see here. What's his wisdom saving throw? He made. Nope, that's his con. Yeah, he made it.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will continue continue to cough up blood, and I am done in many ways.
Did you make your con save for concentration on that beautiful spell you just
Yeah, I
cast?
did in the beginning.
did.
Roll a 19.
Fuck you.
Baron, it is
Yes.
your turn. The Dragonborn,
What is?
the one that was
Yeah, what-
remaining, is dead at your feet. There was one that ran away into the crowd. You can't really see it anymore. But suddenly this dragon lands right behind you, and his tail is swinging around at your feet, and you and your giant badger, as he bites viciously on the jester.
Okay, I move my hunter's mark to him, and try to hit him. Natural 20.
Oh.
You got his attention.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations. The dragon is
So
angry at
that
you.
would be 2, 8, 10, 13, 17, 23 plus 4. 27 piercing damage.
And just FYI, you did double the D6 for the
Only
hunter's
the
mark,
dice.
correct?
Yes, for the hunter's mark, for the sneak attack, and for the sword.
Munchkin.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. And now another hit. And no, not Munchkin, otherwise I would have... yeah. Thank you, Donor. Thank you.
Yeah.
That would be...
If you were a Munchkin, he would have
9
taken
to
5th
hit.
level. That would
You
be
get
missed.
a next level
He'd
and
taken
then
fifth level
we see
ranger.
what happens.
Yeah, I guess
It'd
in
be pretty
my
badass then, wouldn't it?
yeah, that would be my turn then.
Alright, sneak attack is only once per turn.
Yes.
Anders.
Well, I'm gonna have to dash back and pick my sword up.
You can. And as you get right there, you will see that the sword is right dangerously by the back claw of that dragon that landed and bit your thing, your jester ally, so to speak. He looks very. You're still wary of him, even though you made your save. You're no longer fear. Something frightening about him. I'm not right about that jester. But you can get your sword right at the dragon. What do you do? That's your dash. Action surge, anything? Or just, hey, I'm there, I pick up my sword, and I'm in melee again.
Yeah, then I'm just ready with my shield, basically.
Okay. Because he's pissed at the Varen at the moment. Ben, you're running away.
Yep,
Give me a
I'm
save.
already 120 feet away. How big is that hole or whatever we're in?
Let's say as you're getting 120 feet away, you're hitting some stairs to get off this plaza now. At the end of your
Alright,
turn,
so
you'll
I
be
can-
getting off the plaza.
I can make the save, and I made it the third time in a row. Good.
Oh, you didn't
That's
make
the end
it?
of my turn. I did make it, but that was like the third time I did a wisdom save. I'm a
Oh, okay, I see.
I hate myself. I stand on the stairs, I sit down, and I think about what I did wrong to
Yeah,
wrong
what
the
did you wrong in your
spirits of
life?
nature. Yeah, that's my turn. Maybe I'm running away
Jack.
because I have to dance naked in the forest. I don't
Yes.
know what the dragon is about.
You didn't do it, so that's the point.
Yeah, that's
It's all your fault. The dragons are your fault.
God damn it!
Yes.
Yes. All right, Mike.
The Jack,
that's me.
it is your turn. You have just,
So I'm still hiding.
you're hiding. You hid, nobody noticed where you were as all the crowd is now running around and dispersed. You're going to have to do a little bit better than hiding by running people because there are no more running people. But you are technically hid at the moment.
Okay, sorry, I dropped out for a second there, Michael. So what do I see in front of me?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. At the moment, the scene is all the Dragonborn are either dead or ran off and are no longer around. However, the green dragon that carried them has landed and is facing Reno and bit him viciously. His tail and hindquarters are back in the area of where the original combat was, and Varen marked him with his hunter and said, "You are my foe," and slashed him vigorously with a good critical hit that opened up a vein, and he's bleeding profusely. He's quite angry.
Okay.
And Anders returned back to the combat and picked up his sword and is also right standing there by Varen.
Okay, so I'll take a shot at him with my short bow. And, oh, my dice not working. Let me get my dice. Got a 5.
To hit?
Yeah, I got a 5. 13, yeah, it's a miss.
Ah.
I'm taking it's a miss.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's me.
Can you think of another way to hide behind besides behind milling crowd or anything?
Is there any shadows that have been sort of thrown from the trees?
It is dark. It is nighttime. But just FYI, dragons you do see quite well at dark anyway.
Russell,
Yeah.
Maybe you'd like to.
is the Jack a Lightfoot halfling?
Yeah.
Then I believe you can hide in behind larger creatures.
Say a corpse.
Yeah, or
human.
like a human. It needs to be just one size larger, I believe.
Yeah, he can hide even when you're obscured by a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
You can either
So
come back to the fray and stand behind Anders and Varen, or his giant badger maybe. I don't know how big his giant badger is. Let's say he's big enough. Or you could maybe duck behind the corpse to hide again.
yeah,
Badger
he'll-
is medium.
He'll duck behind a corpse.
Okay. And give me a stealth check.
Yeah, that's 9 plus 7, so 16.
Hate to let you know, but you're not hidden.
Okay.
Sorry. Javier, you have made your save. You are no longer frightened. You can look back into the distance and see the dragon landed. It took a bite out of a jester who looks very scary, even though you're no longer frightened.
Oh, I just say, oh shit, and I draw my longbow and I start to roost back to the to where everybody is and taking 2 shots on the move to the first 25,
That is a hit.
and the second one is 15.
That is a miss, sir.
Well, the damage for the first one is 5% damage, and yeah, that's my turn. I just ran 35 feet closer, and yeah, and that attack. Yeah,
So you're still 35
I'm
feet
done.
away from the dragon, but you are close,
Everybody.
and you have your longbow out. It is its
Exactly.
turn. It is very pissed at you, Varen, as it turns around and eyes you magnificently. And would you go ahead and give me a con saving throw for you and your badger, along with Anders? Give me a con saving throw also.
Yes. I have a 19, my badger has a 20.
Both of you
16.
make it, Anders.
16.
You all make your con saving throw as he breathes this green mist upon you. You make your saving throw, you manage to hold your breath and everything, but it's still nauseous and toxic to your skin as it melts and bubbles, and I'm not going to roll 12d6. You take 21 points of damage. I'm just going to have it from your made saving throw.
Okay,
Reno,
my
it's turned around.
badger gets unconscious.
He can be cured. Reno, it is your turn.
The Dragonborn that actually got afraid of me, is he still alive?
He is no longer a part of this combat.
Okay, yeah.
He ran away like a scared little person and somebody else dealt with him. Or he just ran away and found somebody else to attack.
Yeah, okay. No reason to keep up the fair then. I don't have such a good time scaring off my just
I think it was quite
instead, Reno will get as close to the dragon's ear as possible, and he will whisper into the dragon's ear the sound of purring kittens. I cast the dissonant whispers on him.
That is a wisdom saving throw also for him.
That's correct.
And he is not frightened or whatever. He makes his saving throw.
Okay, 6 damage then.
6?
Yeah.
As you're purring kittens, you will hear him roar in common. He was like, "You all will, these hells will pay and restore the fury of the wildness to this land."
I
Varen,
might even help
you're up.
the dragon now. Did I understand that?
Yes.
Huh. Nice.
Did the dragon just say that?
Yes. I will destroy the wildness of. I will destroy this land and return it to wildness.
I see.
This is your land. Do you want your land destroyed? Let me tell you, before Lorak became king, man, you're scraping out a bare existence. Suddenly, Lorak became king, and you're cultivating, and everything is being ordered correctly, and your society is going great and wonderful.
My sword speak. I'm not really an elf of words.
What do you do, Baron? It is your turn.
I hit him.
Wise man.
19 to hit.
That would be a hit, sir.
That's 11 piercing damage and natural 1.
You're just so nauseous from these fumes that you can't breathe that you actually just flail away with your sword again, and like, your eyes are closed as they're burning and aching, and that's why
Yeah,
you
I actually just
sucked at that
saw
attack.
Nim
But you did.
go down, just realized it, and I'm just, no! Yeah. Death save.
Anders. Oh, anything else?
Yeah, I just rolled a death save for Nim. First one is a 19.
Oh. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about killing him. That's okay. Anders, I'm sorry, you're up.
Alright. My first attack, yes. Natural 20.
On
And
the dragon?
I'm going to do medicine attack, so it has to make a wisdom save throw.
Okay. Still waiting for my number to pop up. My dice stream's really slow too. Oh, wow. Alright, what happens when he fails?
He's frightened of me, and he takes 21 slashing.
Okay.
And then my second attack is a 19 total.
That'll hit.
And that is... Shit, where's it at? That's also 5 damage. Slashing.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's 6. I rolled a 1. So that... And then on my second, on my bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind. And I'm going to heal for 11 points of hit points. And that will finish
Awesome.
my turn.
Ben, you're still 120 feet away.
That's not a problem, Mike. Reno, high or low?
Hi.
Lucky bastard. Now, I move 30 feet towards the ruckus with the dragon and with the scary clown.
I'm no longer a scary crown. That disappeared
Yeah.
when I threw my previous spell.
You were a scary clown.
I was a scary clown.
Yes, and now you're just a clown.
But I'm just a blooded bard. No, a blooded bard.
I come out of this staircase, so now I'm 90 feet away. I raise both my hands because, well, I have a shield, so I raise my hand towards the skies and I say, "Come here, my puppies. It's time for all my foes to feel my wrath. So come over here and vanquish my foes." And I want to summon 8 wolves.
Oh my god, not this again. Okay.
And
There.
8 wolves would appear 60 feet away from me, just 30 feet away from the dragon and the clown. And only 2 will attack the clown, and 6 will attack the dragon. And I'll start rolling. And I'll use the average damage because it will be too much damage.
Thank you.
The first wolf will miss the clown. The second with a 20, would it hit it?
The clown? Yes.
The clown will take 7 points of piercing damage and will do a strength save throw for 11, I believe. Yep, for 11 just.
A 14 on the dice.
Alright, so you
You
just
made
take the damage, you stand on your feet. Now 6 attacks on the dragon. The 17.
Miss.
21.
Hit.
19.
Hit.
All right, that's another hit. And that's another hit. And I have one more. That's another hit. Cool, I have 5 hits, so 5 times 7 is 35 poison, piercing damage. And that's gonna be 5 DC 11. No, can they knock him prone? They are medium creatures, and he's probably
They're
large
not
or huge.
technically immune to being prone.
Up, so cool.
Yeah,
He
5
stands on his
times
feet.
DC 11.
Large.
If he's larger than large, he would probably not be knocked prone by some
He's
moves.
large.
If he's just large and
No, yeah,
he's
he's
technically
large,
not
they can-
immune, there's a chance you can give them advantage on all of their saves. Which would be weird. Your decision, Mike, and that's my turn.
Yeah,
Oh my
actually,
God.
when you
Yeah, I
try
feel
to
you.
solve someone that's larger than you, they have advantage to resist like your solve or
Alright, so they
whatever.
have like 5 DC 11 strength saves with advantage.
Yeah.
To be knocked prone.
Says the Munchkin.
Well, they're also
Okay,
frightened for me,
let's
so
see
they have
here.
disadvantage on their ability checks if they can see me.
But just ability checks, not saving throws, right?
Yeah, saving throw is not an ability check.
If it was, Hex will be the best
Oh, he had
spell.
advantage because I got a 20 to 1 on the first one. And got for
Okay.
advantage. The second one is a make. The third one's a make. The fourth one's a make. I need one more. If it's not higher than a 6, then he... Oh, that was a clear. I need one more. And if it's not higher than a 6, he is prone on this last one. Ah,
Last
final
one is
guess.
7 and 6, so I think 7 makes it. Well,
Yes.
that's me. Munchkin
He
number
was so
2.
close. If he didn't have advantage, he would have.
Yep.
Munchkin number 2. Okay, that was Ben. Next we have the Jack. You are actually not hitting the dragon. Did notice you jumping behind that corpse.
Okay. How far away am I from the dragon?
30 feet.
Okay.
All these wolves just suddenly appeared around you. You were, just FYI, hidden from Ben, just not the dragon.
Okay. I'll shoot it again. Should hit it this time. 24.
Very well. Ben almost. A what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
24.
And you would have, even though if it's not you, there are melee people around, so you would still get your sneak attack.
Oh, great. Okay. So, 9. So we get 9 and 9, 18.
18 points of piercing damage. Its turn is going charges. Because if it does not recharge, then it is fleeing. It will disengage and fly 80 feet pretty much straight up in the air. I will give, since he's 80 feet away, everybody can possibly have a shot at him as we go around, but he is simply running. Does he get another saving throw at the end of his turn to see if he's frightened anymore? Anders.
I think it's just for one round. This is not a
Yeah, it's
spell.
just to the end of my turn. To the end of my next turn.
Okay. So he's still frightened at the end of his turn. He will disengage and fly away 80 feet into the air. So Reno, he is 80 feet in the air, and there are 2 wolves biting at you. What do you do?
The dragon left. Do I see anyone with a bow?
There is Javier with a bow, and the halfling, the Jack.
Theory.
Yeah.
He apparently has a bow.
You are a elven guy.
Javier is.
Yeah, he's a good elf.
Reno looks over at you and he says, "Hair slender legs, take down this dragon," and he gives you bardic inspiration. And then he say, "Fuck this wedding. I rather find myself an elvish bird than being eaten by wolves and dragons." And he disengages and moves 30 feet away from the wolves.
Fair enough. Varen.
I stash away my weapons, get out the... Well, actually, just let the short sword drop, get my longbow, and shoot. Let's see if that hits. 18 plus 7, 25.
That will be a hit.
Where's my
That will be a hit.
there? Yes, I just searched for the D8. 6 plus 7 plus 4 is 11 piercing damage. And then I take my bonus action to pick up my badger.
And here, how much damage did you do?
11 piercing damage.
Okay. That will be enough. Pushing back down. And he's so heavy, he crashes right through the platform, the plaza that was made for this special occasion. And as he does so, Jack, call high or low.
Low.
Waiting for my dice stream.
Do you have your own dice?
You? Yeah, I do. You're to cause you to fall in after it or anything. You are good. As the
Any wolves?
dragon crashes
dead?
through, and as you all can look around, I'm going to take you out, and you'll see a few more. It is dead. As you all will look around, you will see a couple of the other guards milling around, just taking out the last little bit of dragonborn, or you can see other dragons flying off into the distance. And as everybody seems to be leaving, the battle calms down. You can hear cries coming from the sky from the dragons, yelling, "You will not succeed at this! We will destroy you and bring back the chaos and fury of Mother Mortal shall not last!" As the attack by the dragons was repelled.
Okay. Can we just scope out the
Do I still see him flying away? See it flying away?
No, you killed him.
No.
The dragon you all were facing fell and
Others
crashed through the
going
thing.
away.
He's dead.
Others flying away.
Other dragons is what you're...
Yeah, other dragons. So when I see one of them, I just hunter's mark one of them to know where they're going, in which direction.
Okay.
Okay. What's the scene in front of us, Marco?
In front of us, you are now out of initiative. No other combat going on. You can look around. You can see a guard finishing off a dragonborn here and there. Dragons
go and
flying
help
away
others.
again.
To dispatch the last.
And you are out of
enemies.
initiative. You can
May
you
I?
can tell as they're flying away. I will give you a general direction. They fly west.
Okay.
May
I
I?
can keep that up for 1 hour, and after that it will just go away. So yeah.
So, to me, the battle is not finished. Anywhere between 6 and 8 wolves, if they survived, they will circle Reno I know he's pretty acrobatic. I've seen his jestlers things around, but there's 8 wolves with advantage all around him. As I approach and I shout at him, "What was that? What the fuck did you do?" As I'm standing 90 feet away from him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get bitten by a dragon. I apologize.
I'm not talking about the dragon. You know damn well what I'm talking about.
Oh, I guess I overestimated the courage of my new acquaintances.
Is that the way you want to continue speaking to me? And I start raising my hand, and you see my wolves start growling at you, and they're showing their teeth.
He just looks at you while he picks up a wine bottle from his jacket and starts glugging.
So you have about 3 seconds to apologize and explain yourself.
What specifically would you like me to apologize for?
For scaring the shit out of me while I was just trying here to help fight the dragon.
Oh well, I'm sorry you're afraid of clowns.
Well, you are sorry that I'm afraid of clowns. That does not seem like a sincere apology to me. And I just, lower one of my 3 raised fingers. So there are only 2 raised now. Anything else you want to add to that? I'm really pissed.
I'm sorry your dragon flew away.
And another one of my fingers goes down, and now it's just the middle one. Sorry, I want to hear sorry. I used spells on unsuspected bystanders who were trying to help.
I see you're familiar with the arcane arts. By definition, you just happened to look at me while I changed my appearance, and I am sorry you did. That wasn't my intention.
All right, 8 wolves will try to grapple him and pin him down on the ground and have him there like saliva just dripping all over his face while he's down.
Just FYI, granted you can roll and grapple checks oppose strength by your dexterity, but let's just face it, there are enough wolves.
Yep,
I would give them advantage. Would you like to just go ahead and say that they do knock you to the ground and are, they're not hurting you per se, but they do have a hold of your clothing and are pulling and growling, Yeah. Are you okay with just allowing that without rolling?
Yeah, Reno is barely standing on his feet, so if they're starting to pull his leg, he will just fall down. He will swear a little bit while he spills his wine.
All right, and then I will approach you, and I look at you from as you're pinned on the ground by all my wolves, and I'll just... All right, probably we need to stay away from each other from now on. I assume you will just, stay away from me, and another spell against myself, and I will consider this as an act of war. Is that clear?
I didn't need to cast any spell on you, my friend, and I'm really sorry that you have worse temper than a dwarf, but just stay away then.
Well, why didn't you start with this when I asked you nicely? I had to pin you to the ground with all my wolves. Fucking gestures and jesters, and then I release you with my wolves, and I wave a hand, and I keep them by my side for the next, was it 10 minutes? Just to make sure.
8 hours.
Oh, 8 hours.
And it's like an hour, I think.
An hour? All right, I'll have some wolves for an hour around me. Half of them are like staring at Reno like all the time.
Reno gets up, like dusts off his clothes, which are most just like torn to pieces, and he walks over towards what's his name again? I'm sorry. The Jack, which I don't know. Are you still trying to hide behind a corpse?
No, the Jack's kind of standing up. I'm sure the melee's over, so he's just kind of minding his own business, sort of standing to the side.
I'm walking over to you and I'm like, what's this guy's thing? I mean, you're like half the guy's size and you weren't scared?
I'm scared of nothing, friend.
Ah, that's the spirit, man. And I'll
That
start
he wasn't in the area
drinking
of
magic
effect.
potions.
Michael, after nourishing my poor Nim with a cure wounds, I want to look around. Do I see the king somewhere? Or my captain?
Yes. You see the king. He is kneeling over various and sundry other elves, some guards, some civilians, rendering aid and such like that as best he can. You do know that the king is a man of some skill, some herb lore, so to speak. He is a known healer. He is a good man, and he is doing his best to heal.
If I see my captain, I approach my captain and report that I hunters marked that I marked the dragons and know that they are heading west, and that they are presumably going in the direction of the Grain Mountains. If I see my captain. If not, I report to the next in chain of command, which would be the king.
You would see the captain, and he would be also by the king, working on people, setting up triage units. He's like, "Oh, Baron, you fought bravely. I saw you taking on that dragon over there. I appreciate that knowledge, and your skills will be needed later. But at the interim, please help us assist setting up a triage station. Go and bring back some healers. There are a few people at the main tree, the say Elven Temple type thing, the main tree. There are still
Yes,
some
sir.
people there. Bring back herbs and such like that. Gather as many as you can to help with this assist." And Javier, you see him also running over there. You are a guard of an elven noble. Just FYI, your noble is dead, Javier. I'm sorry.
Quack, quack. I
Survey?
not turn around and go for the temple.
Survey?
Hmm.
Yes?
Did your giant badger go unconscious?
It did go unconscious, and I cure wounds to him.
Okay, so he's back up again.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So yeah, my badger on my side. I just head to the temple.
But the point of killing off Javier's elven lord is, hey, there's somebody who is has no orders that you can conscript into your cause, Baron.
Me and my other four wolves go.
Come with me.
Me and my other four
Aaron.
wolves go and start helping hurt people with my salves and shit.
Please describe to me how your wolves are helping to apply salves.
Well, I don't know if you are aware, and I'm talking to the elves as I'm trying to, bind them and put the salves. Wolf saliva is actually very good anesthetic, so this will help you numb the pain. And I take out a lot of leaves and herbs, and I use the wolf as for saliva. And I start binding them wounds with my awesome medicine skills.
Dog spit.
Yep.
The Jack will go
Okay,
speak
you
with,
are-
with King Lorik just to find out sort of what's going on. What does he know anything about why such an outrageous attack took place during the wedding? Just try and gather some information.
He looks at you and he's like, "The Jack. Oh, you. Thank God you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Later, this, go to my chambers. He gives you a word, a password, so to speak. Go there and stay hidden. Later this evening, when I am finished taking care of all this, I will need your assistance. I fear that you must go back to that place again.
I understand. You'll explain more later in the day?
Yes, yes, and before you go, you may need help. Last time when you worked for me, you had another crew. Please arrange for a crew. Any of you know that are skilled in combat, because I fear that where I sent you last time is no longer unoccupied.
Okay.
You can understand what I think now dwells there.
Okay, so obviously go to the rest of the party members and attempt to kind of recruit them.
You can go ahead and
all
act that. Just FYI though, that they left the plaza and are now looking for herbs. But don't worry, they will be sent and ordered by the king, so they'll go anyway. You've got no choice.
Yeah. Everything for the king.
Okay. I go to the chamber, the secret chamber, and wait as was instructed.
Oh, would you like to recruit go there to arrange your crew?
Yeah, with these this motley crew, starting off with the jester.
Yes.
So
Seems to be skilled.
What's that?
He does seem to be quite skilled. Reno, the halfling, comes up to you and go.
Okay. So Jester, I have an inkling of what's going on here, and King Lorak will explain it all to us. I fear that there is a rescue mission afoot here, and I saw you in battle, and I'd like to know if you'd join me in helping King Lorak, who's an old friend of mine.
Well, as of now, I'm starting to get a hangover, and I haven't been drinking anything today, if you get my drift. Would there be some coins in this for me?
I don't work for anything less. I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Okay, if we can have a night's sleep on it and some good coins and maybe some booze, I'm in.
Okay, excellent. And then I'll go up to the big fighter whose coins I stole.
Found. Recovered from him before somebody else just picked him up lying on the ground.
Exactly. And I'll say, Sir Fighter, you are extremely skilled. I feel that your services will be greatly needed in rescuing King Lorak's daughter. All will be explained to you, but I was hoping that you would consider joining us in a rescue mission.
I would do anything for the great king. But as far as for you, Sticky Fingers, as long as you keep your hands to yourself, we'll be all good.
Man, I just found your coins. I was going to return them to the rightful owner as soon as the ceremony was concluded.
Yeah. And he just smiles at you.
And I'll go to Javier and Todo's characters and go through to survey and start sort of recruiting them with very much a similar story.
Javier's character is a guard also. He is with Baron acquiring supplies. You can see them as they come back maybe. This will take some time to talk to all these people.
Yeah.
Right.
You with Ben?
Michael, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that the dragon took off with the princess, with the
Yes.
king. I didn't really follow that, but he also took like the high priest who was doing the wedding.
No, he laid down a cover fire of noxious chlorine gas. He breathed on the frontline party, and as they were all falling down, he then grabbed the princess,
Are the druids dead?
Princess Lunesta, and then flew away with her. Yeah, let's say a couple of them are dead. There's more than just one priest, but a couple of them are dead. Say one of them made his save. It was a much larger dragon than the one you all faced. It was the largest of the crew.
When I was helping people around the tree, I just noticed some of the druids that have fallen, and I'm like hopelessly trying to help them, but I see that at least a few of them are already gone, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I start crying towards the skies because apparently, I had an arrangement with one of them to. He told me that he has something to show me after the ceremony, and I was really looking forward to see that. And now he's dead, and I really want to kill that dragon. I want to avenge my friend. He's actually the friend of my friend amongst the elves, who is showing me his way into researching those wonderful herbs I hear about. It's in my character. That's like his bond. It's like a research thing. Like whenever he hears about something, he's like, "Yeah, I'm there. I'm doing this. Nothing else matters."
Give me a search check.
Search.
Investigation.
Like, investigation. 12.
There seems to be the druid that's dead, who mentioned that he was going to show you something later. He motioned towards his interior pocket in his robe, and slight bulge there as he's lying there dead.
I take it out. I suppose it's written in Druidic, so that no one else can understand it but us druids.
It is written in Druidic.
What does it say?
It says the best herbs and mosses that are used for this particular concoction, he has found grow on the only underground up in the Greystone Mountains.
No.
And some of the chambers where the water drips just right. And you can tell that there's something a little bit more there. It's hidden by magic. There is more to it than just what is written on it in Druidic, which is hidden enough. But there is more on the backside. That's
I have
concealed by
detect magic.
No, you can detect it then, even more thoroughly. It is a illusionary magic.
So, illusionary script of some sort? Do
Yes.
you want me to roll? Because I'll definitely be meditating
no.
over this note at some point.
Give me an arcane check.
Alright. I'm bad at this as well. 8.
It's
Maybe.
some location-based thing. You have to be somewhere to
Okay.
be able to read it.
Not able to.
Eight's
I
not very
pocket
good.
this.
Maybe you can ask somebody else later.
Yeah, as the Jack approaches me, did he mention those mountains by any chance?
I don't know, Jack, do you? Go.
Yeah.
And then I look at you and I say, all right, Shorty, I have things to do there as well. So, yeah, I can come with you. I'm not really happy about you asking this clown first, this guy with all this makeup. But I think, yeah, as far as going to this mountain and avenging this awful worm, you got me. And just to remind you, I also tried to help you when you were caught by an elf, and I tried to calm him down with wine and shit. So, just a reminder.
Indeed. I remember that.
So you have my stuff and wolves.
Thank you, and I've got your back.
I hope. Cannot really trust you, but I hope so.
Yeah, don't trust me, but I've got your back.
Yeah, we have an understanding then.
Okay. The tending of the wounded will go on for another hour or so, triage. There's much wailing and lamentation by the elves. They are forever. I'm going with the elves don't extremely long-lived as much as they don't die from old age or anything. They can get sick from illness. They can be diseased. They obviously can have their heads cut off or poisoned. But other than that, they don't die from natural causes, so to speak. So this is a great loss to them, a huge loss of life. But you will be escorted back to the Lorak's chambers, and using the password that he gave you, they allow you, Jack, into it. Normally this is along with those you bring in. Normally this is considered a high honor. Nothing but the most trustworthy elves are allowed in there. Javier and Varen, you will be required, your services will be required in there by the king, along with several other guards, for a grand meeting afterwards. In which case, the king will then, his heart is quite heavy, he is quite forlorn. He was like, I cannot believe that it finally came to this. Years and years came to, we barely eked out a living in this forest. Even though it is our home and we loved it, it did not provide much. And then I had a dream by the great Corellian, the elf god, who told me how to rearrange the nature and forest to better suit our purposes. But with such, I would need this great green gem, and so I hired the Jack and a crew to sneak into this ancient temple in the Grey Mountains and steal the gem, the Emeraldus, for me. And with its powerful magic, I was able to tame the nature and make our land plentiful and bountiful, and our populace grew twofold. But now my daughter has been taken. The green dragons require it. They wish to destroy and poison the land. Take it back, make it wild and unkempt and unsafe for things to live. I cannot have this. I require brave souls who are skilled to venture into the Grey Mountains. Rescue my daughter if you can, and bring back the Emeraldus. Will you once again do this favor for me, Jack?
Yes, for the same payment as previous, of course, Your Highness King Lorak.
How low I've fallen to pay mercenaries to rescue my daughter. You shall have it. You shall have you shall have the gold as much as you weigh, platinum even, and gems. I care not for riches as much as the well-being of my people and my daughter.
It will
Varen,
be
Javier,
done.
your character's name to save my soul. I order you to lead the Jack in any he takes with him, and make sure he is safe on his travel, for I feel that the temple is infested now with those vermin that attacked us. Will you do this for me, Varen and Javier?
It will be our honor, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, one of them dropped. Javier is hard to hear.
No.
One of them is like
Javier,
It will be our
yes.
honor,
one
sir.
is Theron.
Best as we can.
Karen?
Theron, like with a TH, that's Javier. And Vavarian is
Theron.
Serbe. Theron and Vavarian.
Theron and Bavarian. Theron
Yeah.
and Bavarian. Thank
Just
you.
roll your tongue
Theron
once
and
for the
Bavarian.
second one. You should be fine.
Yeah, I'm not rolling my tongue. I'm an American here. We don't do that crap.
Alright.
Can't. I'm sorry. Theron and Bavarian. Got it. Okay, I'll get back to them then in a minute. You others that the Jack has brought, What do you require for this deed? You, there, human. And he'll
Anders,
look at you, Anders.
Anders steps forward and he has a shield on his back and he holds his sash with his tribal markings and he says, "For the Stormwind clan, I will represent and I will do anything for King Lorak. All I require is just substance, some food and drink, nothing more."
Good, Anders. I believe there is some dispute on our northern border about fishing rights and such on this lake, the Crystal Lake. If you do this for me, I will cede all fishing rights from the elves to you to allow this salmon that you have brought to flourish. And we shall not fish it anymore, but allow it only for you and your people. I will greatly appreciate this.
Yes, I know of Crystal Lake, and we would greatly appreciate that. My father would be very pleased with me. Thank you, Great King.
You, Druid, what do you require for this quest?
2 things, if I may, Your Majesty. First of all, I hear that your elven craftsmen are quite good in crafting almost anything out of anything. So it's been a lifelong dream to me for a while to have a breastplate made of the finest wood and maybe dragon scales or whatever you have there available. And of course, it will greatly
Thanks
help
to
our
you
mission.
and yours, we have some dragon scale available.
Yeah,
We
how
shall start
fast can you
crafting the
make
finest
one?
suit. But unfortunately, it will not be ready by the time. I wish for you all to leave it first thing in the morning to go find my daughter.
That's a shame, because you know, it would greatly help us save your daughter. Don't you have anything in those large treasuries of yours in your great kingdom?
If you do not wish it to fit so well, I can find you something.
That would
We
be
don't have
awesome.
time for a proper fitting.
What does
And,
that mean, Your Majesty?
what are you looking for, man?
A breastplate made out of anything but metal.
Alright, he can find that for you.
Awesome. I always knew I can always trust you, Your Majesty. And of course, my humble second thing is very easy for you to allow me to do so. I would really much like to be able to roam your forests and find various herbs to which I will find the medicinal properties to, and I will relay them not only to your druids in their secret gatherings, but I can always relay them to you so that you can have more fine herbs for your army and your people.
You shall have free roam on my land after this, with rights for herb law, and you can be held in the highest council of the herbalists of our lands if you complete
Thank you, your
this
kindness.
quest.
Then I will gladly slay a dragon for you and save your daughter. And I curtsy.
You, Jester.
Yes, Your Highness.
Can you assist in this? I'm assuming the Jack has faith in you, or else he would not have brought you here, but my faith in the Jack, I must assess, is a little shaken. What are you going to do? Tell jokes to the dragon? Slip on a banana peel and laugh it to death?
Sure, can do that as well.
Do you require anything for this quest?
Yeah, not to be pricey, but you were offering the Jack his weight in gold. I was wondering
Yes.
if I could have his weight in gold, and I'm pointing over at the huge fighter Ander. And it would be nice with a few kegs of booze, and yeah, a nice hot bed for tonight, maybe.
To be taken care of tonight, you shall have some my finest quarters, and I shall pay you as much as I can. You shall equal the Jack's payment in gold and
And
gems.
And I couldn't help to overhear what the previous guy you talked with asked you about. The material he's after, may I suggest lava?
May I suggest I call some wolves again?
I'm sorry, Your Highness. I will leave now before this dendrophiliac goes amok again.
You better.
Okay. Bavarian and Theron, I ask you to lead these people westward into there. Bavarian, do you remember your outpost back on the Crystal Mirror Lake?
Yes, of course.
Lead them there, and from there you can strike out into the western mountains of the Gray Main. No, what do I call them? The Gray Mountains? Whatever. Yeah, the Gray Mountains.
Gray Mountains.
And from there you can strike out there, but you can get resupplied there at your former outpost. And any supplies you may need for your venture into the mountains. I ask you to lead them there, keep them safe, and then lead them into the mountains. You must bring back my daughter. These others are mere mercenaries. But you, Bavarian, and you, Theron, I count on you most of all to do my will. The whole elven people is counting on you. Can you succeed in this?
We will, my king. Will not let you down. I should translate it, sorry.
So far you have not, and your service is greatly appreciated, and you should be rewarded for such. And with that, he'll conclude the meeting. Y'all can go to sleep. Rest easy for the rest of the night. And when you wake up in the morning, you will proceed on your trip westward to the post at Crystal Mirror Lake, and then from there strike out to the mountains. And when you start, I'll end the session right here. And when you start next week, y'all can level up to 6th level.
Woo!
Yeah.
Because we killed the dragon.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to do
Get that dragon.
before we settle in for the day?
Oh yeah, Mr. King, regarding that booze, that would be nice to have a small percentage of it tonight.
You shall have a flagon of my finest wine, but not too much more. There'll be plenty of time for you to inebriate yourself when you return with my daughter.
Thank you very much.
I would want to approach the makeup person, the jester, and I'll approach him and I'll offer him a glass of wine from my own stash, and I'll take out my pipe and I'm going to put some silverthorn leaves from the wide variety, and I'll start, light my pipe, and I was like, all right, dude, I know we got off to a wrong foot here, but apparently I might be scared of clowns. It probably is something when I was young. But now I see that we'll have to venture forth and at least spend maybe 10-20 days together. So what do you say we bury the hatchet, share a pipe, have some wine, have some fun? I'm not usually that aggressive person, but when someone wrongs me, I tend to, get overly aggressive. I just lose myself, for which I'm sorry. That's also one of my character features, Mike. Just if you take care of that, if you take note of that. So what do you say? Do you want to share pipe and wine with me?
He grabs your glass, takes a huge sip, coughs a little bit again as he's still in almost pieces after the fight, and says, "Sure, my friend. I apologize for the clown thing. I wasn't aware. I will notify you if it should ever happen again. But yeah, I think we're better suited to cooperate than to have a dispute against each other."
All right, and if you like the wine, you can keep it, and I take out one small bottle, just half a liter, and I give it to him, and I tell him that it's spiked up with some nice herbs that just soothe the soul and the spirit. And if you are into that, I can also give you this small pouch of leaves you can add to your pipe tobacco if you're a smoker. And I give you this as a present.
Thank you very much. I'm not a smoker, but I will treasure the wine. Thank you very much. I am afraid I don't have much to offer you, but you will never have to be afraid to turn your back against me again.
No worries, no worries. Keep the leaves as well when you apply them to any wounds. They just soothe the pain. They don't actually heal the wounds, but they just make the pain go well, more bearable.
Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Okay. And go ahead, Reno and Ben. I'll give you 2 inspirations for today's session for the little conflict that you had, continuing with the wolves and such, and especially Reno not apologizing immediately and being like, "What are you going to do with those wolves?" I like it. I'll allow y'all to have inspiration next time. Anything else anybody would like to do for this session?
As soon as I go out of the king's chambers, I actually just on my poster because I'm also really hurt. It was hard to stay there and not just fall together. And then I just take them and go to the quarters that are assigned to me.
And the Jack and Anders, you may also give yourselves inspiration for role-playing the pickpocketing and not relying on deception checks for the, "Oh, I just found it," and such like that. That was very good. And for you not pressing it, I like it. Go ahead and give yourselves inspiration for that. And for King and Country, you may have inspiration for that. I greatly appreciated it there, Bavarian.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
And Theron, you may have some for me not remembering your name the entire time. I'm sorry, Javier. I'm sorry.
No, I don't really deserve it because I wanted to roleplay more, but I was like roping half of the time, so I couldn't, like, I had problems to follow the thing. I'm very sorry for that, but I hope next week will be better.
It's all about your interconnection, not your play style, Javier. You're fine. And with that,
It's a pain.
everybody,
It's a
good
pain.
day, and have a great day.
Thanks again,
As I
everybody.
find my
It was
headphones.
great fun.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Rob, you know it's just roleplay, right?
Of course.
Cool. Just to
Just
make
He
sure.
wants to carry you